Has been a very rough week for Joe Buttons, aka Joey Buttons. His core members, Rory and Mal, exit stage left from him. Now they're doing the $2 Holla podcast. They're telling their side of the story. Joe Budden has done told his side of the story multiple occasions. He pretty much fired Rory on air, then turned around and apologized for that, and went into full details on certain wording in the contract between him and Rory and Mal. You got that firestorm still brewing, has not settled yet, and now another firestorm has started between him and Olivia Dope. I have never heard of this lady before in my life, but on a recent episode of Here's the Thing podcast, she's accusing Joe Budden of sexual harassment. Now, she went into full details in this video. She even had timestamps, receipts. She had everything at her disposal, and she also said that she also accused Joe Budden of sexual harassment. She also felt threatened by Joe Budden, and she exit stage left from the Joe Budden network. She no longer works there. She was one of, I don't know if she was like a guest or a host at Here's the Thing podcast. I don't really watch Here's the Thing podcast. It's just narrow-minded opinions. I appreciate them having a podcast. I salute them, but I just didn't get down with the Here's the Thing podcast, okay? But anywho, she was on that, and she's no longer working for the Joe Budden network. Joe Budden, and a lot of people are dragging her through the mud. They saying that she orchestrated this thing. She planned this. This was a trap type of move. She was being very sarcastic in a lot of things Joe Budden said on those episodes. When I watch it from start to finish, I recommend anybody don't watch the timestamps. Just watch from start to finish. Okay, you'll have a better understanding. I do understand when she says that she was just laughing along with it because everyone else was laughing along with it. I understand her going to that stage, but to me, there were some instances where I could clearly say that's strictly sexual harassment, my guy. Okay, and you're supposed to be the CEO of the Joe Budden Network. You're supposed to be the boss, all right, and you have to have a certain demeanor when you're in the workplace. Now, a lot of people saying, well, is the podcast studio a workplace? Yes, it's a workplace, all right? It's like any other workplace. It doesn't matter if it's in court, in an emergency room. It doesn't matter if it's in a parking lot. You can't harass women. You can't do sexual harassment on women. That's a huge no, okay? But Joe Budden did apologize. He released a statement apologizing for the ordeal, okay? And he accepted full responsibility. And I felt like that was the right thing to do, Joe Budden. Go ahead and admit that you're wrong, which you clearly were wrong. Now, I saw certain fractions during the whole podcast where I can see where she has a solid point to believe that it was sexual harassment, but the other timestamps that she had, I couldn't co-sign to those things, okay? Because you was sort of kind of going along with. I know you said you was going along with it, but to me, I felt like it was a little dramatic on certain instances that you pointed out. But the majority of the content that you did timestamps on, yes, Joe Budden was clearly wrong. Not making excuses for the guy. I'm not making excuses for anybody, but I feel like Joe Budden, you was clearly wrong in this, and the right thing to do was to go ahead and apologize. Now, as far as anything legally that's going to happen further down the road, I'm pretty sure she's going to have her day in court, just like Rory and Mal, and there's no conspiracy theory. There's nothing like that. It's just that's Joe Budden in a nutshell. Joe Budden is that type of guy. And all you have to do is look at Joe Budden's track record. He doesn't have a good track record when it comes to women. Okay, he has a hard time picking them, and he has a hard time treating them as women. Joe Budden treats women like objects, like furniture. Okay, and the way how he talks, it may be real to most people. It may be real to Joe Budden, but sometimes it can be degrading. Okay, but that Joe talks like with a jagged edge, okay? And it will turn some people off, okay? Obviously, it turned Rory and Maul off the way how he was communicating with them. But like I said, I don't feel sorry for those two guys. I do feel sorry for Olivia Dope, because no woman should have to, deal with that type of behavior, and it's illegal. I mean, it's legal. Oh shit, it's illegal. Okay, I got a rough day, guys. And he shouldn't be doing that stuff. Okay, but he apologized. I don't know if Olivia Dope accepted his apology. She doesn't have to accept his apology, but. Joe Budden is clearly wrong in this, and there's no excuse in the world. I don't care how big of a Joe Budden fan you are. You really have to co-sign to the point that he's wrong about this, and that's just Joe Budden track record. Okay, but that's all I got for this, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll holler at you guys later. Deuces.